Where's Max?
Come on, we know where he is. At the airport, going on vacation.
It's Wednesday. Max is nowhere to be seen. That can only mean one thing, right? It is the PHNX Rising podcast here, coming to you from our studio in downtown Phoenix. I'm back.
You are, after your vacation.
I know. I missed one. Max will miss many more, of course. I know. It is what it is. James, I don't know what to tell you, man. Max, I tell you what. We'll talk about this later. Maybe we'll get the picture. We'll get the picture later, actually. But we're gonna have a bit of a debate as to where Max is going. Because the man, we saw him earlier today. He looks dressed for vacation. Is all I can say.
Well, he's always dressed for vacation because he just goes to wherever he wants. You know.
It is true. But he definitely looked like he was ready for vacation right there. So to be fair to the guy. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? He's Mr. Vacations for a reason.
Absolutely.
Welcome into the PHNX Rising podcast, though. We've got a lot to talk about.
Oh, gosh, do we have to? This is a second
Phoenix Rising Football Club, everybody. How are we feeling about them?
The final whistle was blown last week, and like many other times this season, you're just thankful the final whistle's blown, and you can forget about that game until Wednesday when you have to talk about it, so...
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, well, go on, Rees. I was, of course, traveling during the game. I was on a flight near a screaming child.
Oh, that's awesome.
How that goes. We all know how that goes. This kid did not want to shut up, but is what it is. Got into Doha, watched parts of the second half. But Rees, you got to talk about. Oh, you got to watch the entirety of that encounter. Please tell me, what are your thoughts?
I think I am jealous of you for, getting to sit next to a screaming baby on a flight for who knows how long, because I think that would be a little bit more entertaining than what we saw from this game. Rising, the last 2 weeks were of the homestand, the first 2 weeks of the homestand, rather, they were very clinical. Against Colorado Springs, they had their foot on the front gas. They were creating a lot of chances, and when they did create them, they were so clinical, getting shots on target. Last week against El Paso, not as many chances created, but still clinical when they created them. This game offered none of that. Rising just did not create chances.
Don't sell it too much now, Rees. Don't sell it too much.
It's unfortunately the truth. The total big chances in Opta is 0. Goose egg, a donut, nothing.
Yeah, it's true.
2 shots on target the whole game. One from Remy Cabral, where it was kind of like his shot on target against Lexington, where it's straight at the keeper, and it's a shot on target, but it's never going to test the keeper and break the target. And also, to pay tribute to Max, even though he's not here, Possession FC, 62.6% possession, hang it in the rafters.
Yeah, so here's the comment that we had a lot from the coaching staff and some of the players as well. As you look at this, they had a good first half an hour or so, and that maybe it was just missing, say, the final ball at that kind of point. Would you agree with that perspective on this, or no?
To an extent. I think they did a good enough job getting there, but again, I think that's kind of hard to pick out when you don't end up with any clear-cut chance, because that's kind of been the theme at times with this team is they get there and then there's no final ball. I think if you don't ever get that final ball, to even produce a half chance, it's not a successful period of time.
Right, and then we You look at defensively from Rising's perspective, that's obviously the one positive a lot of people are taking away from this. Rising kept a clean sheet. They don't keep a lot of clean sheets.
First one since May, I believe.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. At the same time, just to throw a stat out there, of course, Vegas have failed to score in 10 of their 23 games this season in the league. So a little under half of their games they don't score in. Are we impressed at the clean sheet? I mean, obviously it's a positive. You take a positive, but is it something that you're impressed with, really? And
I don't know. And in a way, when we've seen this team have so many bad attacking performances, I feel like we've also seen the other team have a bad attacking performance to go alongside with. Like, you think back to the Lexington games, Rising had the two worst attacking performances of the season in that game, only getting one shot on target. And Lexington really didn't do too much in those games. They wasted a couple chances, but the 3 goals they scored were bad for Rising's defense. And to be honest, I don't think I can say I'm too impressed with this clean sheet as a result, because you just weren't shooting yourselves in the foot like we've seen this team do time and time again this season, which is a necessity for a team trying not just to make the playoffs, but who have a realistic chance of getting into the top 4 and hosting a home playoff game. You cannot shoot yourselves in the foot in that race, and that's the bare minimum, really.
Right, and I mean, look, we can. I tell you what, if you want to take the positive in this, we can say that the big one, really, the big chance that Las Vegas Lights have. Patrick Krakowski stands up tall. He makes the save in that instance. We've seen this team a lot of the time when they give away those big chances, they don't make the saves in those moments, especially for Pat coming off of a week that was a pretty rough week for him. The prior game, the 3 goals conceded. I know obviously a lot of fingers kind of pointing in his direction for some of the errors leading up to those goals. The fact that he bounced back, that he comes back and he makes the big save to keep the point in the end in this game. That's kind of the positive there. But then you look conversely, and it's that Phoenix Rising's last shot in the match, I believe, came in the 58th minute of play, and that kind of goes back to something that I think we've seen at different times this year, whereby it's this team doesn't always convert. Even when they work the ball into dangerous areas, they don't always find ways to convert that into an actual shot at the end of it, and that's a problem. That's a big problem if you're not getting shots off. And look, this Vegas team, yeah, everything's tight in the Western Conference. We'll get on to how tight things are in the Western Conference soon. But this was a game, I think, at home whereby you kind of looked at it and said you needed to get a win in this game. I think when you looked at this 3-game homestand before, last week against El Paso, a point was, circumstances aside, right? You take the fact that we're 3-0 up out of it, a point at home against El Paso was not a bad result. It may not have been a great result. Maybe you wanted to win it, but it wasn't a bad result inherently. But Vegas was a game that I think you had circled and said that should be 3 points. That should be one whereby you pick up the points, you give yourself a good opportunity to push on, because this Vegas team right now, I don't think is a playoff team.
I completely agree with that. And that's one thing we mentioned on the show before the Colorado Springs game, is that this 3-game home stretch realistically needs to be 7 points. And you can take 6 points if the loss is El Paso, but 5 points? I know it's only, 2 points less, but in this tight Western Conference, 2 points would have Rising in third place. They'd be tied with El Paso, so I don't know what the next tiebreaker is.
It would go ultimately to in-conference points per game, and
so
I can't tell you off the top of my head who has that record, because we go to in-conference points per game because both teams have drawn both games against each other. Well, all 3 they've played against each other in all competitions this season.
But regardless, it would have them in a home playoff spot. And
it would, because Lexington are only 1 point ahead, yeah.
And now they're 2 points above Orange County in 9th place, 2
Correct.
points away from being in the drop. And again, it's so close. It's so close. But the margins, when they're this thin, you cannot afford to be dropping points like this. You cannot afford to be having performances like this, because at the end of the season, when you look back, at, where this team dropped points, and it won't be pretty if you're on the wrong side of the playoff line.
No, and it won't be pretty if you're on the wrong side of the home away either for the first round, right? That's a big difference. A big difference to the club's finances. Maybe not in terms of a chance to go through, because for some reason this team is seemingly better away from home than they are at home. Something that Pa actually brought up in today's press conference as well, that one, that this team seems to find a way to get results sometimes away from home when they don't get them at home. So it may not hurt them from a competitive standpoint, but it does hurt them from a financial standpoint, right? We all remember the 2023 run, and obviously you chat with people around that, and even ownership, right, who are just like, yeah, of course, you love it. You want to go on, you want to go win a title. But every single round additional there was just pure expenditure, because the league doesn't really have prize money, doesn't really have any real assistance to help you with last minute travel across the country in these big games. And you're paying wages, you're paying bonuses, well, predominantly bonuses at that point, but not really getting any money in from the gates, are you? And that's a problem. Look, it's I will say here, with Goodall and Pat's coming about, every team around them has we'll get on to the scenario. I don't entirely agree. I think that this team is more likely to miss than make, purely because there are so many teams in the mixer that I think that games in hand or not, I don't feel as though this team is inherently going to miss. They also have some games that are big games against teams around them that could be very much, fulfill your own destiny by actually winning those games at home. We'll see. But it's definitely going to be a bit of a squeaky end to the season, I'll put it that way. It's not really looking the most convincing. But it's also so tight that I really don't know what to expect anymore.
I can't wait for it to go to the last day of the season and have 14 different screens up, watching all these games and watching every single scenario. It's what the sickos do.
It is. We're in a point now where I believe Rising probably slightly better than half chance to make it, but also that's just because of the way that the percentages all add up.
Yeah.
You're probably also saying in a pure run scenario situation, and I believe John Morrissey runs those numbers. And we all obviously take those in. I believe Rising sit below the playoff line in those kind of simulations, by and large. So
yeah, they do.
This is what it is. One bit of news I will pull from today's press conference, and that is that Jean-Eric Morceau, who signed, of course, last week for Phoenix Rising, we were told by Pa-Modou Kah today that he does have now his visa in hand. Will be traveling to Phoenix, we believe, tomorrow. We'll be linking up with the team. He has been training with his parent club, so the hope is that he's going to be somewhat fit coming in. But obviously, it's one of those ones you have to see. You don't want to push him too quickly and injure him very quickly. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about him last week on the podcast. I'm very intrigued by his profile. I was watching some of his games when he was with, I believe it's Catan Sport in Africa in the CAF Champions League. And it's a fascinating profile. I mean, deeper midfielder, which is something that this team needs, but it's also versatility. And I kind of worry about that on another hand, too, is like, where does this guy fit? Is he an 8 or is he a 6? And to be honest, I think this team needs a 6 more. And I don't think that's a hot take. But if he isn't quite a 6, he's more of an 8. I don't quite understand it. But again, time will tell. We'll have to see.
Yeah, time will tell. Right. Well, when we come back, the other side of the break, we're going to talk a little bit about these games that Rising has coming up. But first, we're going to talk about our friends at Spencer's. They helped Get out our studio here, actually. We've got some nice big TVs, as always, right? Because, we enjoy just lounging around in the studio sometimes, don't we, here, Rees?
Absolutely.
We normally watch some USL on there. I hear there's some games on at the moment.
Jaeger
that we will be talking later. Yeah, there is, actually.
The what cup? Jägermeister Cup.
There is. The USL's League Cup is currently being played, and we could be watching it out there right now, but instead we are talking to you, the people, and you too can watch it, because get some TV, all other kinds of appliances. They have a really large selection of in-stock appliances at their 11 Valley locations. They are employee-owned and operated, and they offer same-day and next-day delivery as well. They're Arizona's largest independent appliance dealer. You can save today at Spencer's using our promo codes. You can use PHNX5 for 5% off appliances, or PHNX10 for 10% off TVs, audio, and mattresses. It's like having a friend in the business. Visit spencerstv.com or any of their 11 Valley locations today. Right, now we are, I know Max is speeding down to the airport right now.
Oh, gosh.
He's definitely speeding his way down to the airport. But you can watch people who are actually, professionals at driving at fast speeds, unlike Max, who I don't know if we really trust him. But if you've been in Phoenix long enough, you know that we've seen it all when it comes to the biggest sporting events. NASCAR Championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway. It's coming back again. And you have to make sure that you get there, because it's about to start rotating soon. So this is your last chance to catch it in Phoenix for a while. Don't miss that chance to witness the NASCAR Championship weekend in person. It's coming to Phoenix Raceway October 31st through November 2nd. Tickets for Sunday's Cup Series Championship race, they sell out every year, so move fast to get yours now before they're gone. And again, it's going on the road in starting as of next year, so this is your last chance to catch it in Phoenix for a while. Tickets, hospitality, and upgrades are still available. Get yours now at the link in our show notes. Right, Rees, we need to talk about the good old USL Championship Western Conference standing.
The Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild West. It is insane.
Yep.
Let's be clear. There are 4 teams, ignoring there's a live game on right now. Going into today, and by the way, have they taken the lead, New Mexico?
They have taken the lead.
New Mexico have now taken the lead, which would not rising down to 6th. Entering today, there were 4 teams on 30 points, occupying 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th place. Lexington were on 31 in 4th place. Orange County were in 9th in 28 points. So there were 3 points separating a home game for the first round and missing the playoffs altogether.
I mean, I don't remember a year where it's ever been this tight. Like, I remember years of this been tight, but this is nuts. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it, because it's just so close. And it feels like, besides Lexington now, no one wants to win. And a few weeks ago, we were saying everyone but Tulsa wants to win. And it's just, it's like everyone's saying, oh, you can have the playoff spot.
Sacramento wants to win?
They've only won 3 of their last 5, which is great, but
compared to the rest of the conference.
Yeah.
I think we're seeing a bit of daylight with Sacramento. I think they're starting to pull away a little bit. That's going to be interesting. We'll talk about them shortly, for obvious reasons, because Rising are playing them coming up this weekend. But let's look at some of the other teams first. We'll start with the ones who have just shot up to 3rd place as it stands, and I emphasize as it stands, because they're 12 minutes into their game against Detroit. They are 1-0 up at the moment, and New Mexico United, 33 points if that holds, but they end today on 30. They will have a game in hand after the end of tonight over Phoenix Rising. Rees, how do we feel about New Mexico and their current situation?
Yeah, it's interesting, because they were on such bad form, and then they beat San Antonio this past weekend. They can get this win against Detroit. It'd be a good pickup for them. And then, of course, Rising has to play them about a month's time from now. It's a difficult one because, again, I think they're a better team than they've been playing, but I just do not understand how we can, drop off, how they can have such bad form like that, and then all of a sudden insert themselves into like this top 3 race.
It's true. And I mean, we look at some of the games that New Mexico have coming up. Let's play this game. Let's play this game and work out what we think results are going to be as we go, and just see what happens. Right? Do they hold on in Detroit? Yes or no? They're home against Detroit.
They're home against Detroit. I'll say yes, just just for
You're going to
ease.
say yes. Okay. Tulsa in Albuquerque.
Tulsa in Albuquerque. Is that this coming weekend? So it would be on short rest?
It will be on the 13th, yeah. It's a home game.
Home game. But New Mexico...
I'm taking your predictions on all of these,
New
by the way.
Mexico got blown out last time they played, but it's home. Home games are tougher in this league. I'll give it as a draw, but it's not like a...
You're going to draw. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave it there. Monterey Bay away.
That's a tough one because, Monterey Bay, they can be feisty. They haven't been. We'll say New Mexico get the win in this case.
Saying New Mexico get the win. We move on then to Colorado Springs Switchbacks. That's away midweek.
Midweek away. That is probably the toughest way you could ever play Colorado Springs. It's already tough going up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I don't know. I will say Colorado Springs get the win because they got 4 matches.
Colorado Springs to get the win? Okay. Lexington.
Is that home or away?
That is home.
Home?
They're getting short rest, though.
Again, short rest. They have a lot of short rests. I don't like that for them. But home's easy, I fear, with them. So we'll give... I haven't picked a loss. I don't like that.
You taking...
But I'll give a win again.
You're going to have them win that game?
Yeah.
That's what you're going for?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on a minute. We got to make sure we get up to date here on this. We're going to skip Phoenix for now. Okay, we're skipping all the Phoenix games. Orange County, home.
Orange County, home. As good as Orange County can be, I'm going to go back to the same reasoning and rationale I've gone off in this whole segment is away games are tough. Give it to New Mexico.
You're going to go for... You've really got...
I know. This is ridiculous. I'm thinking about it and I'm going to listen to this in a month and a half time and think, what on earth?
Oakland in Albuquerque.
Panos has something up his sleeve for that game. Give me Oakland.
You're taking... okay. And then Rhode Island in Albuquerque.
Rhode Island haven't been that great this season. I think it's easy. New Mexico.
New Mexico win. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next team. So we'll give some more, context to some of these other teams. Now we've done New Mexico now. Currently winning 1-0, by the way, in Detroit. But if we have a look at some of the other teams here, El Paso Locomotive. They've currently got a game in hand over Rising. They're on 32 points. Rising have already played them twice, so we don't have to look at them again. But we'll have a look at this one. So El Paso, they're going away on Friday. They're playing North Carolina over in Raleigh.
East Coast, I'll give it as a draw, just because I feel like I didn't pick enough draws last time out.
You're going draw for that one?
Yeah.
All right. That's fine. We'll go with the draw. Right, we move on. We're going to take the next game for them is going to be Charleston home.
That's tough. I think Charleston, the power that they have. Are they second or first in the East now? They've second. They're 4 points back. It's going to be tough to beat a Charleston team that has a 23 goal differential, positive 23, not negative. So it feels like a Charleston should be able to handle that one with ease.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so? Okay, right. We'll move on then to the next game for them. That's going to be Rhode Island in El Paso.
Wow, that's 4 straight Eastern Conference games they play. I just opened up their schedule. That's a lot of free points, but they don't have any road trips in that. So Friday game in El Paso, give it El Paso.
You're giving the El Paso one there. Okay. Next game, give it to me, Reese. We have got Oakland traveling to El Paso.
All right, I'm on the USL website. It says this is an 11 a.m. kickoff on Wednesday, October the 1st. I'm more than sure that's wrong.
It's what Google's telling me too.
Wow.
Right,
if that is true, we got to go something sicko here, which I don't know if there really is because we're not doing scores. But we'll go Oakland because if it's like 11 a.m. in El Paso, what on a Wednesday, that cannot be real. That just cannot be. Are we really doing club games in the middle of...
Is this Loudon?
Yeah.
Really? When you're in a push for the playoffs,
It says on the club website, yeah, it'll be at 12 p.m. on Wednesday. What on earth?
Why?
Is that a holiday and I'm just like blanking it?
Not on a Wednesday.
Huh. That is bizarre.
Bizarre. Is it a rescheduled game?
I feel like I've seen that with one of the El Paso games, so I'd assume it would be that one. But it's a weird time. It's a weird time. It's Uzbekistani Teachers Day on October 1st, so maybe they're observing that.
I don't think they're recognizing Uzbekistani Teachers Day, but Reese, give me a score prediction, or a result prediction at least.
We'll go Oakland.
You're taking Oakland in that one?
I mean, at 12 p.m. Wednesday kickoff.
All right, we move on. We're going to see Orange County going to be hosting El Paso.
Orange County will be hungry for points, so I'll go Orange County.
Ooh, you really don't have a good run-in for this squad.
No.
This El Paso squad.
Yeah.
We're going to look then to Lexington. Again, an away game.
I feel that Lexington is going to be that, as long as they're in the Western Conference, I feel like they've kind of taken over that RGV role of where dreams go to die. And I think it'll be a bit of a dreams go to die for El Paso. They'll get a draw.
You get a draw. It could be worse. Could be worse. Right. Tulsa at home.
Tulsa. Even if it's wrapped up for them, even if they've clinched top spot in the West by then.
Sacko ending to the season, San Antonio away.
That is sicko. Why are they? That is going to be. If those two teams are playing for something in that game, I'm going to watch that game over the Rising game because that game will be nuts.
Even if Rising aren't confirmed a playoff team at that point, you're going to watch that game.
I think that'll just be more exciting because
you're not going to put like 5 games on at the same time.
Oh, absolutely. We'll have the spread. We will not be missing any of these games.
I would also point out that Rising's game should be finished by the time that game kicks off.
They're in Pittsburgh, aren't they?
They're in Pittsburgh. It's a 4 p.m. Arizona time kickoff in Pittsburgh versus 6:30.
We'll go San Antonio.
Wow, you've got El Paso falling off a cliff.
Bad, I know. I feel like I overrated New Mexico, underrated El Paso, so maybe the next team will be that Goldilocks right in the middle. Probably won't be.
Well, you told us Lexington, where dreams go to die. Well, that's who we've got next. They're on 31 points. They've played the same number of games as Phoenix Rising. They've got 1 point more than Phoenix Rising. It's, again, a lot of games between teams who are all in the mixer. They will start by hosting Orange County. What have you got?
Eka win.
Lexington wins that game?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. They then move on to travel away to Detroit City.
I want to say draw, but something deep down says Detroit win, rather.
So you're going to say which one?
Detroit win that game.
You're going to say a Detroit win in that match. Okay. New Mexico, we've already done this one. You had New Mexico in Albuquerque winning that game, so that's a loss for Lexington.
Okay.
They go play Tulsa then, away from home.
Go a draw.
You go a draw in that game. Okay. I see what you're going for here, Reese. Right, you move on then. El Paso, you previously have predicted this one. El Paso and Lexington to draw. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. Lexington then hosts Sacramento Republic.
Well, would have had a few games go their way. But I'll still favor Sacramento.
You going with the loss?
Yeah.
And they end the season traveling away to the Coliseum to face Oakland.
Knowing Oakland's track record, though, they always seem the way to bottle a playoff spot, no matter how high or low they are in the table. So I'll give it a Lexington win.
But don't Oakland often make the playoffs? Just
they collapse more so.
They make you think that they're gonna do more than they do, but they
Yes.
finished 7th last year. They did miss the year before. They finished 7th the year before that. I mean, yeah, they're a bit near. So you're gonna go with Lexington winning that last game? Okay, well that leaves them on 39 points. Right, we'll move on. Right, we're moving on to None other than the next team, if we skip Phoenix Rising, of course, because we're going to come to Rising. At the end of this, we're a bit more interested, really, in who's around Rising than them Rising themselves right now. San Antonio. Now, again, we've had a few predictions already of their games. They're on 30 points, same as Rising. They do have a game in hand, and that's kind of critical in these kind of scenarios, right? They're going to start. They're playing Loudoun this weekend.
Loudoun away. That
Away.
is not great for them.
Early kickoff, relatively, as well. It's going to be
Yeah.
2 o'clock here, which is, of course, 5 p.m. in Leesburg.
Yeah, and Loudoun's in good form at the moment. I'll give it to Loudoun again.
You're giving it to Loudoun?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Move on now to Orange County traveling to San Antonio.
I'll go a draw.
You go in the draw?
Yes.
Go in the draw, okay. That's a draw in there. Right, we move on to the next game. The next game in this one, Reese, is going to be Birmingham Legion in San Antonio.
You know, I don't understand what Birmingham Legion is as a side. They've drawn 4 out of their last 5 games to some good teams, some bad teams. One of those teams was Rising. You know, I feel like the trend should be a draw, but I'll give San Antonio the win.
You're giving San Antonio the win in that game? Okay. Right, we move on. The next game is going to be Colorado Springs away.
Springs, so tough trip. Said that so many times. Give it a draw. Even though I do think those teams are not on the same level of quality, I think Springs has pieces that can prevent them from, you know, or it can help them just bunker down. Like Matt Mahoney, he didn't play in this game against Rising when they got blown out 4-1, but he was an impactful piece in the Tulsa game a couple weeks ago. I think if he's healthy, Springs can get the result there.
So you going for a Springs win?
Yeah.
Okay. Tulsa away from home.
I struggle to not favor Tulsa in any match just because they're so far ahead. So we'll go Tulsa win.
Okay. Orange County. They go away from home to face Orange County.
2 times in little under a month going to Orange County. That is not optimal. They would have played each other so recently, but not because they've had games in between. I'll give it San Antonio. They'll draw at home, but then go away. I have the recipe.
All right. Fair enough. We're going to skip the Phoenix Rising game, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see they finished the season against El Paso Locomotive. You have already predicted this one. You said that San Antonio would get the win in that one. I'd like to make it clear on your predictions. That would be the game. Obviously, San Antonio also have Rising in there as well, which we haven't counted because we haven't really focused on those so far. Phoenix, that would be the game that puts them ahead of El Paso to end the season. Big game?
Yes.
Of course, that's relying on how things go in that game with Rising. Right, Colorado Springs, again, we've picked a lot of these now. We've gotten to that point. They are on 30 points. They've got 1 game in hand over Phoenix Rising. And as we look down the table, they're going to play Tampa Bay Rowdies in the next game. In Tampa Bay.
Tampa's not very good, but East Coast trips. I'll go draw.
Going for a draw in that game. Sacramento home.
They'll keep the unbeaten run going. Draw.
Draw it is. New Mexico. You already predicted this one. You've got them to win that game. You said that they're going to win that game, which means then they're up against Hartford next. At home, might I add.
Hartford could be playing for something themselves. They could be a home playoff team, which would be, shocking to hear that Hartford's hosting a playoff game. So I kind of feel like this is kind of their trap game. They'll be in such good form. They'll have the short week Colorado Springs will, and Hartford get the win.
You think Hartford get the win in that one? Okay.
Kind of steal one.
Now, San Antonio, again, you have already predicted this when you've predicted Colorado Springs to win that game. Charleston away.
I just can't pick any team beating Charleston, realistically.
That's perfectly fine. That's understandable. Vegas home.
Vegas home. You should be always beating Vegas if you're the home team. You just realistically.
Hello, Phoenix Rising and Tulsa away to end the season.
That's going to be a weird one because Tulsa could very rarely be playing for literally nothing in that game. And if they are, I don't even know what I would go because, would they rest guys? Because do you really want to give your team that extended week off and have Mr. Vacate or, be on vacation for that week? Not to make fun of Max, to make fun of Rick Shantz's kind of line there. I kind of could see that happening. So we'll go a little draw.
We're going for a draw. Okay, and there's one more team that's really in it. We could go all the way down, but we're not going to.
Yeah, don't want to be here all night.
We'll be here all night. Orange County. We're going to focus on Orange County right now. They're on 28 points. They're 2 points behind Rising. They do have 2 games in hand, though, so they've got quite the schedule left to play. A lot of these games we've already predicted, Rees,
Yes.
because they're playing a lot of these teams that you've already gone through. Lexington away. You said that would be a Lexington win. San Antonio away. You had that as a draw. As we move on now, Charleston Battery at home. Sorry,
I've just opened up Orange County schedule and they've got Charleston and they've got Louisville. That's not great.
It's not.
I think Charleston's going to be a loss.
That's fine.
Even
That's
with the
fine.
cross-country
Sacramento
trip.
away.
Oh, Sacramento. Midweek game. I'll go Sacramento win.
You're going to go Sacramento win. All right. El Paso. We've already done this one. You've got them winning that game at home against El Paso. We move on. New Mexico away. You did again. Predicted this one already. You've got them losing that game. San Antonio at home. What do you have in that one right now? You have actually you've got San Antonio Nick in that one, so that's another loss for Orange County. Louisville home.
Loss. Simple. When you see Charleston in Louisville on the schedule,
Indy home.
It's hard to write them as winners.
Indy.
I feel comfortable saying Orange County could win that game.
Okay. So we go for a win in that one. Right. So to give you the context then on what that means right now Phoenix Rising on 30 points. The next lowest team, which would be the team they'd have to beat, and they'd have to beat them outright because they have the tiebreaker over Phoenix Rising, is Orange County, unsurprisingly, the one that's currently on the lowest points. You've got them finishing the season on 35 points. So Rising needs 2 wins in their last games on that basis to get it done, right? They're playing Sacramento away this weekend, Loudoun home, Oakland home, New Mexico home, North Carolina away, San Antonio home, Pittsburgh away.
Oh, it's tough. It's not easy.
I think the big thing there is it teams like Oakland and New Mexico, San Antonio, there's 3 home games you've got between those. Loudoun also potentially, although again, they're fighting, right? All of these teams are competitive teams now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're not necessarily they're not already in the position, say Oakland aren't, but they're not a million miles behind. They'll be fighting for their lives to try and get into there at that point. Wow. I mean,
I guess we have to start with Sacramento, but I mean, it's going to be tough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh,
draws best case scenario, but I just
draws can happen. Draws can happen. You can get draws in here, right? We will talk about that Sacramento game when we get back on the other side of the break. But first, let's talk about our friends down at Gila River Resorts and Casinos, because no one does it better than Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You can visit any of their 4 locations: Walters Pass, Lone Butte, Bequeaver, and Santan Mountain, with the best that the Valley has to offer. Now, look, Max isn't here.
Of course not.
Maybe he wasn't going to the airport. Maybe he was going to Gila River.
Very well could be.
He could be. Now, look, Max won't win if he goes down there because that's Max. Max doesn't win in terms of winning any kind of competition or pretty much anything. But you can go big and go home a winner, of course, as well, by, not just winning on the games, but also all the other things that they have to offer there as well. Not just those 4,500 slots and live table games. But you can catch all the action at their sports books. You can go to any of their, they've got the upscale to approachable, casual to classy, and from bar to bar none. They've got all kinds of dining options as well. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You can visit play@gila.com for more details. Now, talk about our friends as well at Rally House. Now, Max has been talking about Rally House for a while, as Max does.
He does a lot of
talking about the partners. He loves talking about the partners. They are the go-to spot shop for all of your favorite local Arizona team gear, including Phoenix Rising, would you believe? That one can be a hard one to track down sometimes. Rally House do have you covered. They've got locations in Tempe, Mesa, and Glendale. Everything you could possibly want. They carry all of the Arizona sports teams. And every time you visit a Rally House, you are guaranteed to find something new, unique, and it matches your game day vibe. You can find your local Rally House location and shop their entire product assortment online at rallyhouse.com today. Or check out, again, those locations they have in Tempe, Mesa, or Glendale as well. Right, and did you know we've also got an event going on at Rally House? Over at their Glendale location on September 12th at 4:30 p.m. They've got a special live PHNX Cardinals show hosted by our friends at Rally House out in the West Valley at their Glendale location. It's just a stone's throw away from State Farm Stadium, and it's 2 days before the Cardinals' first home game of the year. You can see Bo and Johnny in person there. Plus, you got a chance to win as well. Be giving away 5 $50 Rally House gift cards to people who show up. See you there.
Huh?
You gonna go there for your $50 gift card?
I might have to.
He may have to.
I'm not passing up free stuff and free gift cards.
If there's one thing we know, poor old Rees here, he's not passing up free stuff.
No, never.
He is never passing up free stuff.
You got to take advantage of it.
Right, let's talk Phoenix Rising. Big game coming up this weekend. Sacramento. Sacramento. What a city.
Oh, yeah. Are you going up? Are you making the trip to Sacramento, your favorite vacation destination?
What, leaving Sacramento? No, you're okay.
To go to Albuquerque, that's right.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah. I think Rising can take some solace in the fact that that Sacramento had to play a game in Rhode Island this Wednesday. Jaeger Cup semifinal that finished 0-0, which might not be great, might not bode well because it wasn't that competitive of a match. Didn't seem like a whole lot went on, but didn't watch it, so who knows? But it went to penalties, no extra time.
3-0, by the way, on penalties.
Maxi
Rodriguez, JJ Williams, and Noah Fuson all missing their penalties.
3 penalty misses. That is shameful. But Sacramento's been on good form, and they've done it largely away from home these last few weeks. They actually haven't been as good at home over the last couple of weeks compared to away, which is always a little bit weird, but that doesn't mean they don't have a great home record. I think picking against Sacramento is always going to be difficult.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be any different this time. I know they had was it 2-2 draw back in May or April, but that was almost a lifetime ago, it feels like. I feel like the 5 months, however long since then, have gone by in 50 years.
Yeah.
And it's just this season. It's aged me.
I tell you what, though, it's been a few seasons like this.
Oh, yeah. Back to back to back to back.
Reese, how many years do you think it's aged you? Like 6, 7?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. I mean, but these last like 3 seasons have probably aged me like 41 years, probably.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that is tough.
Thank you.
Nice. So which darts player do you feel like now based on that age?
I'm trying to just think of. See, the kind of thing would be like kind of like Luke Littlery because he's 18, but he doesn't look 18. I don't feel 18 anymore after watching this club. So,
Relentless Ryan Joyce.
Ooh, I don't know if I'd wish that on my worst enemy.
To be fair.
No, but that's kind of darts in a nutshell. You pick a random player and you go, oh, he must be 54. He's 28.
He just looks it. You're not wrong. Right, this is Sacramento. Who are we picking out? Who's the threat?
Well, they still got Russell Cicerone after all these years, and he's their leading scorer in the league, which I can't believe he's still going. The Corey Bennett's there. He's with Vegas, Charlotte Independence. Rodrigo Lopez is back this season. He's had a good year, especially after everything he's been through. They got Danny Vitiello, who we know our thoughts on this podcast about Danny Vitiello. His stats are good, but the eye test doesn't agree, in my opinion. But I don't know. I think they're a good team. And at the end of the day, there's a reason they're second in the West. There's a reason they have the gap, even if, it's margins and it's not like they're ran away with the league like they have in years prior, but still.
Always makes me laugh when you see a team that far up the table and their top scorer's on 6.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one, but they have shared them around quite well as well. I mean, Roro, of course, is Roro.
Yeah. At 38, and was it ACL
I'm impressed
tear too?
Oh yeah, I'm impressed. Genuinely impressed by that. Who do we need to see step up on Rising's end this week?
Hopefully, literally anybody in the attack. I mean, you just cannot afford.
Kevin, you're behind the mic right now. Can you hear just the desperation in this man's voice? Rising have scored 7 goals, by the way, over their last 3 games.
Well, the last game didn't score any.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a flawed stat there.
Can you hear the desperation in this man's voice?
Not only do I hear desperation, I hear complete dejection. As if, like, I'm desperate, but I'm not sure if I'm ever going to get the aid that I need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Going around Pat, Roro was in the prime of his career the last time Rising hosted a playoff game. It's quite funny because people were saying Roro was washed last time when he came down. The last time Rising hosted a playoff game. And that was what, 4 years ago?
It's 2021.
4 years ago.
Jeez.
So he's what, 34?
Yeah.
He's still playing.
And he's almost got 10 goal contributions.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, definitely.
9 to be precise. Could be 10 this weekend. We'll see. Any other last thoughts on this specific matchup?
I just beg that Rising have, something in the final third. Just
something?
Go back, watch the tape of El Paso. Not really that much, but watch more so the Colorado Springs. Look how good you look there. I do think they had times where the build-up play was nice against Vegas. Daniel Flores on the left really helped that. But at the end of the day, if the build-up play is nice and there's no goal, I don't care. Get a goal.
There we go.
Just hoof it up there and get it to the big man up top.
Hoof it up there and get it to the big man up top. I mean, that's a way of doing it.
Yeah.
That's a way of doing it. Can Phoenix tries to get it done? Right. We're going to go around. Rees, score prediction.
2-1 Sacramento.
Yeah.
I think Rising have to get back on the score sheet. And I think Sacramento is just going to be a little too much for Rising to overcome, especially away from home.
Okay. Yep. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go 2-1.
Yeah.
Sacramento. Kevin, do you wanna give us a score prediction?
3-1 Sacramento.
What a happy pod this is today, eh? We'll get the chat wanna chime in? If anyone in the chat wants to hop in, Goodall Man Pat, let us know your score prediction, other people as well. If you got any, how are Phoenix Rising going to fit up in Sacramento?
What's everyone in the chat also? What is your favorite thing to do in Sacramento?
Leave.
I don't think I've ever been, so I cannot comment.
I've been too many times. 3-0 Sac, says Goodall Man Pat. I don't think it will be that close.
I mean, outside of that playoff game up there, the last couple times have been rough. The 2-0 last year, which I vaguely remember that game. I just remember Harvey Neville played a couple crosses, and that's it. Then the 4-0, obviously in the title year before the game in the playoffs when Vitiello made that non-save. But that 4-0 game was probably one of the most embarrassing first halves that Rising's ever delivered in club history. And I hope we don't see a repeat of that again. Fingers crossed. We're very happy on this podcast today, aren't we? Great.
What a positive time. Reese, come on, join in for the people.
Smiles all around. Cheese. Gorgonzola.
Okay, right. On that note, you know what?
Who's
what a
goalie?
time.
Does it matter? Don't think it does.
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Rees, for your insights here.
And to be fair, I said that last week too.
Is true,
It doesn't matter.
Maybe we'll talk about some hot dogs later or some vacations after the break when we get back. But of course, look, I'm currently wearing my Wales bucket hat. Of course I am. I just got back from the Wales away day. It's
and they won it.
We did win in Kazakhstan, would you believe? But if I wasn't wearing the bucket hat, I'd probably be putting on a hat from our good friends at Branded Bills. If you're looking for something to set you apart from the crowd, Branded Bills, they have you covered with the best custom headwear. Start your order. The dedicated team will help you create the exact custom apparel that you need. All kinds of stuff. Snapbacks, truckers, fitteds, beanies, tees. They have you covered with performance and style. The best part, they are a local company here from Mesa. So make sure to shopping local. Good thing, always. They have partnerships with over 40 different universities. That includes ASU and the other one that Kevin right now being a U of A person.
You mean the best school in the state, the University of Arizona?
NAU. I don't know about that one, unfortunately. I can't answer, unfortunately. But they do also partner with the Phoenix Suns. You can head to brandedbills.com, use code BBPHNX for 15% off your first order. And of course, you know, Max is going on vacation. And if Max is going on vacation, what does that mean? It means he needs to get a Shady Rays app because Max is, he's on vacation, isn't he, right now? He wants to look good on vacation. And
yeah.
You know, Max, he looks good rocking the Shady Rays, doesn't he?
Only when he's at the airport or on his beach of choice. On
the beach of choice. Well, you know, the summer may be coming to an end, but it's still really bright out there. And of course, if you're going out to, going on vacation sometime, maybe make sure to check out Shady Rays, of course. If you lose or break them, by the way, even on day one, Shady Rays, they're going to send you a brand new pair. That's their replacement policy. Max had to make the most of that once after a pair did unfortunately meet their demise thanks to a Juan Guerra hug. Sad day. But Shady Rays, it's the eyewear that has your back. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. You can head to shadyrays.com and use code PHNX for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars. Over 300,000 people. Right. Cheers, by the way, to the guys in the chat. Good one, Pat. We got you in there, fat kid. Having fun as usual. Some other guys in there earlier as well. Did you know, by the way, we've just launched our new supporters club on YouTube. Did you hear that, Rees?
I did.
You did. And it's out there now. You can support PHNX directly if you can sign up on our YouTube channel page for $5 a month. You get a little badge next to your name in our live chat and comments. And you can become one of the first now because they upgrade as well over time. You get badges that improve over time. You can become one of the longest tenured people if you hop in there now. You also get custom emojis to use in the chat and in comments there. Kevin, can you tell us more about these custom emojis?
Yeah, no, and if you want like specific Rising ones, let us know. It's pretty easy. We can have it done. But also you got to show that the Rising crew can really get it done. So the more memberships that we can get, the more we can rep the Rising with the emojis and all that in the chat. If you are a fan of the best university in the state, then yeah, we do have the bear down hand signal, the wildcat hand signal in there, among other fun emojis. So yeah, and honestly, if you are someone who sends in super chats, this is for you. This is a way to get something out of it that is not just donating to ALLCITY and PHNX, but we do appreciate all the super chats. But additionally, for the super chatters, if you do join the membership program, you get 1 free super chat per month. So if you're already planning on sending like a $5 super chat this month, just join the membership program and you'll get your free super chat and all the emotes and the status in the chat. It's really a great deal.
There we go. All the time. Right, we got about 5 minutes left.
Take over for Max's job, honestly.
Yeah, do you want to take over from Max's job? You read that really well. I think you should replace Max.
Does that mean I have to...
Speaking of which, you know what? Let's get Max up here now because there was a sighting of Max Simpson. Would you believe? Here in the studio. Look at that man. That is a man getting ready for vacation. Where's he going, Rees?
I said somewhere tropical, and I went the most random tropical place I could think of, and that was Bora Bora.
See, I think you're thinking too highly of Max Simpson right now. I think he's taking this out on the cheap. By the way, drop your guesses in the chat, by the way. I think he's taking this on the cheap. I think Max is going to just say San Diego. Okay?
See the grave of the club?
San Diego Loyal, yeah. Kevin, give me a prediction. Where is Max going on vacation based off that photo alone?
Max Honestly, he's not buying beers.
He's not buying beers.
No.
And where's the one?
No, not for other people. Maybe for himself, not for other people.
But where's the one place
I
where
bet
you
he's not even buying
certainly?
them for Sam. I've got to be honest.
That's a good point. You probably you got to do that. But where's the one place where you really can't buy beers? Utah. Brother's going to Salt Lake this weekend, and I'm all behind it. Congratulations, Max Simpson. Give me a BYU sticker or
I
something.
will say, I just flew through Doha. You can't buy beers in Doha itself either.
That one's a little bit more expensive, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit more expensive.
It's
He's
a
going
little bit
Utah. He's going Utah. Okay. Right. We want to talk about the Jägermeister Cup since he's not here to prevent us from doing so.
The what cup?
The Jägermeister Cup.
As much as I love the Jägermeister Cup and, the whole Jägermeister Cup branding, I don't care.
Hartford beat Greenville today.
I could have told you that yesterday.
Sacramento won a penalty shootout 3-0 against Rhode Island.
Yay.
I feel like it says something about the way that teams are taking this, that like the only team of note I'd say that was left was Sacramento.
Yeah.
Hartford are a weird team. Greenville are a League One squad.
And Rhode
Island have
not
been
great.
abysmal this year. But to be fair, I understand that they've been so iffy this year that maybe you take the cup a bit more seriously. Who's going to win, Hartford or Sacramento?
What are we doing for Jägermeister Cup Day?
What are we doing for the final?
Nothing. I will likely not watch the game. I will forget it's on until I see the final score graphic posted. And because
What if you just time it right for the halftime graphic?
Ooh, that's a chance. There's a chance that happens.
You may do.
Or maybe I see one of the goal videos on Twitter too. That could happen. I doubt it because I didn't realize that the matches were even played today until both games were well in the second half.
Oh yeah.
So we'll go Hartford
Okay.
just for fun.
Fair play. I don't know who's hosting. Have they done the draw yet?
I
don't
have
believe
no
they do.
idea.
But
As a USL Jägermeister Cup fan, I do not
you're the
know.
biggest Jägermeister Cup fan, I hear. Rees.
We are all USL Jägermeister
Right. Do you have
Cup
any
fans.
more thoughts now for the people? Because time is running out.
Rising's pass to the playoffs is tough. They're going to have to win games.
It's very
and
doable, though, still.
It's doable, but I also fear that it very well could not be. I feel like it could slip out of your hands just as quickly as you could grasp the playoff position. And if you have another 5-point stretch from that 3-match homestand coming up, you could be in trouble. Especially if you don't beat the right team.
There we go. You heard it here. Right, we'll be back next week. 6 o'clock Wednesday, same time, same place, same lack of Max Simpson, probably because, hey, the man is what he is.
He's on vacation.
He is on vacation. That was a little bit of a ring of a bell there from our producer, Kevin. What's up with the bell?
Pretty
ring?
good bell.
I mean, I felt like you were so right. The Max will probably be on another vacation. I just had to emphasize that.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
there we go. We'll take that. Right. Right. Well, I'm Owen Evans. You can follow me on Twitter at OJEvans18. Rees Goodall. Rees, tell the people.
At Rees11_.
We got Kev behind the mat. Kev, tell the people.
At KevoPost, KEVOPOSTS on Twitter.
And of course, you can follow the pod itself at PHNX__rising because double the underscore.
Double the vacations Max is going to take.
That's about right. We're not following Max on Twitter because if you do, you might see too many vacation pictures.
Yeah.
Max, don't do it.
Get jealous.
Don't do it. Max, come back. Come back here, Max. Come back. Or do we want him to come back?
No.
No. All right. Well, we will see you here Wednesday next week. Oh, it's a beautiful game, but it's way more beautiful when
The attack scores goals. We love goals.
that's a way to end the show. All right. Good night.
We all silly like the mayor.